Hey guys, it's your girl DJ Sims and I'm with DJ Limelight today for Chat and Vibes podcast, and we've got a very, very special guest with us in the studio. I'm super excited to introduce Lojay in the studio.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How you feeling?
Yeah, good, thank you.
This is a real special moment to have you up in here, actually, because, you know, we've been banging your tunes in the clubs. DJ Sims doing a lot of student nights, absolutely shutting it down. Obviously, myself DJing in the clubs as well. This is a sound and a song, you know, with the Monalisa situation that has been popping off. Desi nights, you know, big Desi, big Bollywood Bhangra parties in the UK. Sims is out every week DJing at a lot of student raves. She also performed in Kenya, where your tune got spun at a wedding.
Yeah. And trust me, it was a proper vibe. Yeah. Like, everyone loves your tune.
Oh, thank you so much.
Or all of your tunes.
Thank you so much.
But, you know, Monalisa was like the maddest kind of vibe and the maddest reaction. Yeah. You can obviously tell us more about the story behind Monalisa to kickstart the chat.
I mean, it's off the Love and Attention project, which is my first official release as an artist. It was a project with SARS. It was a joint project. He's a producer from Nigeria, and we just wanted to make music. It was in the pandemic. There was nothing to do. There was nowhere to go. We're just stuck with like music. That's all we really had to just go through that period, and we're just making interesting, amazing music. At some point, we came to the UK, went back to Nigeria, just like recording and like working on the project. And maybe like a month to like the release of the project, after I had submitted another song instead of Monalisa, I decided to replace that other song with Monalisa, like a month before the release of the project. And that ended up being like a good decision.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So what was the other song?
It's actually a song that someone else, you might hear it from someone else.
Oh.
You might hear it from me. Depends.
If we're like going to take it back now to when you first started creating music, what would you say like that made you wanted to start creating music?
I just love it. Like I genuinely just, it's my space of ease. It's my space of comfort. It's my space of discomfort as well.
Okay.
But in a good way. But I'm a musician. It's who I am. Like, it's what I know how to do best. And from the moment I started recording, I couldn't see anything else. Like, I couldn't even see myself being anything else. I had dreams at the point of being a pilot.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was very keen on that till I decided to take the music seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And when you say it's like almost like a discomfort,
yeah,
would you say like making music for someone like yourself is almost an escape from certain things in life? Is that what you find? Is that what you found maybe in your early stages before even making any money from it?
I mean, yes, to an extent, yes, that's true. But also, it's like I really want and like to push myself when it comes to my music. I treat it like a sport. Like I treat it like this is like football. You have to train every day. And like you have to like work on your game. There's always something to be better at. Yeah, that song you wrote was dope, but like you can write a better song. And yeah, that delivery and performance of that written song was amazing, but like you can sing better than that. So like in those moments of like trying to like develop, there's always discomfort because it's like I'm trying to like break out of like a shell into like a new body. And I'm very keen on that. Like I'm keen on like developing myself because music is something I want to do for a very long time.
Of course.
And I'm going to do for a very long time. So pacing myself and like developing myself with the music at every given moment is a very key thing for me. Because for me, it's not just oh boom, you have like your hot period and that's it. No, there's a lot more after that. Like even at some point, I'll be in my 40s, my 50s, and I still want to be in the music industry. Maybe not like in front, like screaming and shouting and on the stage. I might just be backstage helping like a new generation of like Afrobeat talents or African talents, just like maneuver like this new open world that like has come from just music. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting to hear. I think it's quite nice that as well. You said you always want to be into it, like even if you end up helping like the younger African talent. Like growing up in Nigeria as well for you, like where do you think the Nigerian music scene is at right now?
I think we're in a better space than we've ever been before. I think there's a lot more to do. I think there's a lot of obstacles to still overcome. I think there's a boatload of talent, like in Africa, like just waiting and working and biding their time to just like eat the world up, like literally. But I think it's a great space. I think it's just like how many days ago? 2 days ago, NBA All Stars with like 3 African artists, and that was like different. Like that was something I've never experienced before. Like at some point we're going to be doing the Super Bowl, whether you like it or not. Like just the natural trajectory of things. At some point we're going to do the Super Bowl.
And that manifestation of that happening.
Yeah, it's like
definitely is the case. So growing up in London, you know, it's a massive melting pot. You know, so many different cultures, nationalities. Everybody, to a large extent, embraces each other as well. I mean, being in the position that you're in now, do you ever reflect on being an African artist and just feel like there was a time where African culture was almost overlooked, not taken that serious, and now it's almost done a whole complete flip and has gone absolutely crazy. And so many subgenres within Africa, like the Amapiano, you know, South Africa is such a big scene.
Yeah,
I hear a lot of positivity in the music.
Yeah.
Obviously I don't understand the language. Even the other day I was playing a tune and the translation was a bit crazy. Yeah. The translation was a bit crazy. Burna Boy's last talking about certain things that people might not know what it is. But the cool factor of being African, I feel, has kicked in now. Is that something you can agree with?
Yeah, definitely. Especially, I mean, it's the music made Africa interesting. Like for like the young generation, for the younger generation, it gave the younger generation something to be interested in. It gave us something to be hopeful about. It's seeping into like other creative spaces. That energy from the music is going into the fashion industry. It's going into the film industry. It's going into like the whole creative scene in Africa. And Africa has always been a big part of creativity in general. Like we're very cultural people. We're very colorful people. Very artistic, creative people. And it's just right now being cool now is just because I guess the mainstream media just decided to focus on us. We've always been cool. Like it's always been cool to be African.
Nah, it's good to hear that.
It's always been cool to be African. Like the mainstream media is just picking up on it, mainly from like the music buzz, which is now, like I said, slowly going into like other like fields and other spaces and stuff like that. But yeah,
Sims is African as well.
Yeah.
So Sims is cool, yeah.
Yeah. She cool. You speak Swahili?
I know like bits of Swahili. Like
Really?
my parents can speak it fluently, but I know bits like Jambo Bana.
Everyone says Jambo.
Even I know that.
Even you know that. But, like, I know like the very basics, like hi, how are you?
Go on and say it.
You have to like conversate with me. I was at the Chris Brown concert like last week, and genuinely, like obviously it was his first time performing in the UK in like years, and when he played obviously Monalisa, the remix, it was just such a vibe. Like how did you feel that he obviously performed that song in front of like thousands of people.
It's crazy. It's really crazy. He helps my PRS numbers like crazy. But it's to just see like how far like the song has come and how far like the whole movement has come is like it's different. Like I don't think when I was creating the song I didn't expect for everything to be like this, but it is like this, and all I can do is just be grateful for like the experience I'm having right now with the moment, with the song, with everything, to be honest. Like he's an amazing guy. I was at the show on, was it Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, there was
Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was there
so.
on Tuesday.
Yeah, like one of the days I was there, like just last week, and it was just like wow, like the energy of his entire performance, everything was just like. And there's even I think Under the Influence, he has like an amapiano version of that as well. Like I heard like an amapiano version of that as well.
And you know what? It's actually crazy because he's been dipping in and out that sound for a little while, and you know, it just sounds mad organic, and it just really works with who he is, what he does, and obviously the sound that's become so global. But it's such a vibey tune, and I think adding him to that record. What was the process of getting Chris Brown on the record? Was it a tricky one? Was it just a label situation? Was there some sort of organicness behind that?
It was everything mixed together, to be honest. Like it was like joint effort. So we had Chris Brown in mind for the remix, and then it was just a matter of getting it to him so he can hear it, and when he hears it, he would make a decision if he wants to do it or not. And it was my team, Kuratori. It was Orchard. It was Metallic. It was even my legal team at some point were reaching out, like doing whatever they could. Like everyone just like came together to do everything that they could to make sure that it bangs and it happens. And it finally did. Like, and I was like, oh wow, like
that's crazy.
And at that time, I remember like I was already planning because we were waiting for so long that like it was pushing back like even my releases. So at this point, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just drop. Like I was even getting like frustrated at this point. And then they were like, nah, this is like, it's gonna work, it's gonna happen, just wait it out. Like, and I'm like, psh. And then I finally now heard it. And when I heard it, I was like, okay, wait, this actually sounds crazy. Like, I'm like, wait, this actually sounds wild. Like, the song is, nah. And from there, I was like, okay, yeah, let's definitely like make it happen. And then it happened.
But it's just so nice to see like an artist of that caliber really embracing the remix and the record and really getting behind it, you know, seeing him perform it. You know, we see so many artists just perform, featuring on tracks and then not really getting behind the actual remix. But this one, it's like it's really personal to him, to the fact that he's even performing it in the UK and you know, in his headline tour. But let's talk about the new project now, because I want to start with the title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of meaning behind that title, man. Let us know what the name of this project is.
Gangster Romantic.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because that I mean, that can get political sometimes.
Yeah,
being a gangster romantic. You know what I'm saying? What's the story behind the name?
So, I mean, in the last like 12, 18 months, like I've seen a lot of things. Like I've experienced a lot of things. A lot of people have come into my life. A lot of people have left my life.
A lot of gangster girls.
I just realized, like,
what happened? That's the real question.
Many things you hear in the project, like many things, like, so like I that was just a reflection of where I was at the time. Like I had gone to a point where like I just had to like close off my heart and just be firm. I'm still a romantic. Like I've always been a romantic. You get? I'm still a romantic, but now it's like
you don't want to go for the gangster chicks no more. You're like,
it's not even about going. I have to be gangster with my romanticism.
Oh, okay. So it's about you. I thought you was referring to Monalisa as the romantic gangster.
Like, it's about me just realizing that okay, yeah, like there's so much happening. So many people are coming to my life. Not everybody's even genuine. Like it's just like, bro, you have to just firm it now and just like close your eyes and say, okay, we're gonna move gangster now. Like
I've never heard of anyone saying that before.
like literally, it's like it's the gangster love. Like, and that's why I really like. I feel like I can't wait. I was really keen on people listening to the project from top to bottom. Like I needed to understand like the whole story from the beginning to the end, because it's like it's a body of work to explain like the whole story. And yeah, that's just that was I was very keen on that. That's just
I really like the name.
Gangster Romantic.
Even more so, myself and Sims was vibing to it yesterday.
Yeah.
It was initially romantic gangster, but then I was like, I don't want no one to perceive me as a gangster. Like, I'm not a gangster. I'm not about that life. I'm not trying to be about that life. So it's like,
have you met any gangster chicks though?
yes, bro.
But what do they
love
do?
them.
What do they do to like?
gangster, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what is it? Like
They're
what do they
closed
do?
off. It's almost like it's like you need to understand that you're in the streets. like, and the only way to survive the streets is to be a gangster. Like that's how like, you have to like move that way in the streets with these girls. Like you have to close your heart off because their hearts are closed off to you, bro. Like a lot of them, their hearts are closed up to you. They just
They're playing mind games with you.
Playing mind games with you, bro.
You know what you need to start
like-
doing? You need to start giving relationship advice.
You know what's funny? Someone has told me that before. Like for some weird reason, I just happen to know a few things about. Like,
You know a few things, yeah.
I just know a few things, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like from this project, like it really opens up like a lot of stuff. Like you're really gonna like hear like a very like deep perspective. I was very keen on like making it fun. Still, I didn't want to make it like just like gloomy and moody. With like in everything, it's still fun. That's important.
That's a nice way to look at it. There's still fun in it.
But when it comes down to like the project,
Yeah.
did you find yourself a bit under pressure knowing how big Monalisa's been?
Yes.
Because I find that like, you've said it yourself in this conversation that it's almost like a fear of having a one-hit wonder.
There's always that, but then I don't think that was not my fear. My fear wasn't like being a one-hit wonder. Like
You already know you got the ammunition.
you get like I know my catalog. Like I have the music. I know what it's like. I know, but like there's just this. So like I said, like there were periods where I had to wait things out. There were periods where like it was like I want to drop, but you have to like take your time, and you don't want to like just like spoil some opportunities that might help in the long term. And that's the period that really got to my head. It was like, and in all that time, it's like I was touring a lot more than I had imagined I will. And a lot of these times it was like country to country to country to country to country. Like, so there's barely even any time to even record music. So it's like in doing, and I'm an independent artist, so I can't really turn down the opportunities for these shows. You get like
Exactly.
like you need to be in all these places. You need to do the dirty work. You can't just say, okay, now I'm not doing no shows. I want to work on next. If I was signed, maybe, but like that was not the situation. Like, so I needed to like make sure I was in all these places. I needed to do all of that, and at the same time make the project. I didn't want it to sound half-assed. I didn't want it to sound like I didn't put in like as much thought or intention into.
You didn't want to force it.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Yeah.
force it. Like if it was a matter of just forcing it and just throwing a 7-track EP that probably had just one good song, I could have done that. But like I made sure that like I had gotten to the point where it's like, okay, this feels complete. And now I feel I'm at a space where it's like, okay, I'm dropping the music, because I've been dropping the music as singles first, and it's like you're just watching everything build up again, and you're like, it's not the, like, you just become more confident, and you're just more like, okay, yeah, like it's really just a matter of like putting out the music. Like everything that I've ever needed, I've had it inside. Like I don't think I need anything else.
So actually, you've touched on a very, very, very important point, actually, and that's the whole independent situation. To independently release a record as big as Monalisa, to have an artist like Chris Brown, you know, a legend like that on a feature of the remix, the tracks bubbling all over the world. I'm talking places, I'm getting sent videos from people in Mumbai banging out your record. You've probably never even been to Mumbai. And just having that value to yourself. Without going into too much detail, let's talk about the financial value and the financial gain of being an independent artist with a hit like Monalisa. Would you say you've taken a lot of financial risk doing music as an independent artist?
Yes, definitely. I wouldn't trade it for anything though. I feel like it's like being an independent artist is like you need to do a lot of like dirty work. You need to do a lot of like groundwork.
Like gangster romantics coming out.
Like you need to get to know the radio guys. You need to get to know the people that are involved in all these things. You actually need to have a relationship with them. That helps you immensely on the long run. Like that's if there's anything that I would say was my biggest was the biggest advantage of this, or is the biggest advantage of this, is just the ability to just do the groundwork and just be able to like meet everybody and know everything that's happening and how everything happens in every different like part of like your entire process. And then going to like the part of like just investment and capital, you need to actually generate the money that you're going to use to like push your music. So like your music has to be doing well to be generating like income of any sort of like mechanical royalties and stuff like that. You not have to be doing. I personally, I'm a performing artist, so I'm doing shows back to back to back to back to back in different countries. And mind you still have to make the music. And you still have to like keep everything intact. And I personally can't do it on my own. Like I have an amazing team of people. Like when I say I'm independent, it doesn't mean that like it's just me making all the calls and doing everything. Nah, I can't do that. Like I would lose my mind because there's a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
But like I have an amazing team of people that like are focused on like just helping this process work. And even like outside the team, there's like just like friends and like just like gang that's just like pushing like the whole narrative and making sure that okay, everything shapes up well and like is good and everything. And bro, an independent artist fighting with labels and like you're actually throwing punches and hitting. Yeah, you're on a good spot. You're on a very good spot.
But you gotta look at it like being the independent artist with a hit like a Monalisa, which I'm guessing now is independent out there, with a Chris Brown remix, globally vibed. Like I've been sent video clips of people out in Mumbai banging out the tune. You've never probably, I doubt you've ever been to India, but like a place like India is vibing with your tune. You're independent now. Now let's talk about, not with too much detail, you don't need to go too deep with it, but the financial reward of being an independent artist with a hit like that. How does that work for you?
It's the only reason why I've been able to stay.
That's why you're here today. It's
the only reason why I'm able to stay an independent artist. Like that's the thing about independence for me that I realized. Like your music has to bang. Like you don't have $1 million for promo. Like you don't.
Yeah.
Like so your music has to bang. Like
you must be getting offers though.
Yo, definitely. Like,
without a doubt.
But the one thing I enjoy the most is that with every year, the offers keep increasing. Because the more I stay independent and run my project and drop a project that does well and drop more songs and have like 10 more Monalisas as an independent artist, my deal is going to be scary when I want to sign. I would get to like, I would have leverage. I would get the chance to be able to say, okay, this is what I want. This is what I don't want, because I know how my ship sails.
Yeah.
So I just need more hands and more men on the ship. Like, it's not even about, to be honest, it's not about the money for me. I genuinely believe that, like, I would do better with a 500k advance and budget or whatever, and a team of people that are dedicated to making sure that it works, than having 5 million and a team of people that are just like, oh, well.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point. Like, the amount of money that we spent pushing like the entire Love and Attention project with Monalisa, people shoot videos with that.
Of course.
Like, people shoot music videos with that. And that's what we used to push the entire project and shoot videos and do everything. But it was a dedicated team of people that wanted to make something happen. Like, it's like the remix. It was everybody just coming together, sending emails, like sending phone calls, trying to get to Chris Brown's producer, trying to get to Chris Brown's friends, trying to get to his team, like, just to make sure that he hears the song. Like, that's the most important thing. If I'm going to sign, that's what I'm signing for. I'm not signing for money, because everybody has money. All the labels have money. Like, there's no amount of money that Sony will give you that Universal can give you, that Def Jam can give you, all they will give you the same money. But it's just a difference when you're working with the right people. And that's all I need. Like, it's about the people. It's not about the money.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, we're excited for
Yeah.
you. I'll be honest with you. I think we've been banging your tunes in the clubs, but like, I feel like you just got started, really.
Yeah,
I'm just
100%.
starting. I'm just starting. I can't even lie. I can't express that enough, because, like, I mean, my 2023 catalog, like, I'm just starting. Like, and I have a lot of music to give. I have a lot of music to put out. This year alone, we're already on what? We're on 2, 3. Like, I have music for the whole, just to keep going, because there's been time between Monalisa and now and the next project, and I didn't like that wait. I didn't want the wait, and I don't want my fans to wait no more. Like, my fans they are begging for as much music as possible, and I'm giving as much as possible.
I'm just gonna make sure the brother sitting there doesn't take you to South London, because you're gonna find a lot of gangster girls down there.
Ah, bro,
They'll
there are
make you fall in
plenty, bro. There are plenty, man.
I did once. My car broke down.
You should come to
My
Lagos.
car broke down in the middle of Peckham.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I made a lot of friends.
Yeah,
A lot of good friends. You get me?
that's a vibe. You should come to Lagos. When you come to Lagos, you see gangster girls.
I can't wait to come Lagos. I'm gonna come with my swimming shorts.
Bro, shock you.
You get me? Go swimming.
Gangster girls, bro. Amazing though, like beautiful women. That's the amazing thing about Lagos. You find so many beautiful women. You gotta be careful though.
That's the thing, innit?
You gotta be careful, man.
Come back with no jewels.
No, not even. They'll
I
break
was
your
talking about
heart.
South London. I was talking about South London.
In Lagos, they will break
I was
your
talking
heart.
about the end.
I think he's
girls.
worried about them breaking your heart.
Nah,
That's true as well.
that's it. The gangster girls are girls that'll break your heart.
Don't worry, man. We'll take you to
Have
South.
you seen
We'll
girls
get
like
your
that?
heart mended.
If you see girls like that, be careful. There's some of these girls, straight face. They'll tell you, they'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know you like me like that. Sorry."
They knew all along.
They don't care. They don't care.
Yeah, you need to be giving that relationship advice. I'm
Yeah,
telling
you actually do.
Start a relationship podcast.
Everybody's doing podcasts now. We're literally having that conversation. But you know the funny thing, I feel like it's more interesting than like just like an average interview of like, oh, what's this? What's that? What's this? Question answer. Nah.
No, it's nice to have a conversation.
It's nice to have
it's-
a normal conversation, but
You
it's just
get
being
you get
filmed, I
more out
guess.
of someone. You get more out of someone
Yeah.
from just having like a conversation.
Well, I hope you've
100%.
enjoyed talking to myself and
Oh yeah, definitely.
Get me?
Definitely, really
And we're
did.
super excited to hear like all of your songs that you've got for us this
Yeah.
year and just everything, because I feel like there's going to be so many bangers from you.
Don't worry. Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we outside.
We
It's good.
outside,
Yeah, I'm
for sure.
excited. I'm excited.
That's what we like to hear, bro. And just know, we've got some biryani for you if you want to come. Shisha for you. You get me? Quite nice.
You know what's so funny? My cousin came to my house yesterday and she cooked up like the whole night. Like she made so much food, and that's what I'm running to that right now. I have to be honest. I'm running to that braised beef, like everything.
Good, bro.
Yeah, chicken, rice.
That's
rice.
the way. That's the way to my heart.
Yeah, bro.
Good food.
It's so messed up that like I can't cook anything apart from breakfast.
You can't cook anything.
I make a mean breakfast though. Like you see eggs, sausages, all of that. I'll make amazing. I can make pasta and like rice to an extent. Like rice and stew.
You're literally on the same level as me. Like that's all I can make.
Yeah, like
Lying.
I
Can't
can.
cook. Can't cook.
You see, if you take that as her not knowing how to cook, then I can't cook.
Then he can't cook either.
Exactly my point. So I'm
I'll
like,
tell you a secret. Well, it's not really a secret, but I used to link one chick. Yeah, she wasn't that good looking. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's so mean.
I was keep it 100. She was dead.
oh,
But her cooking was so 10-10 that I started catching feelings for her.
are you serious?
Yeah. Started catching feelings.
That's interesting.
The food was so
you didn't
lame.
find her attractive till you ate her food and then you found her attractive.
Yeah. I went to her house.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's fair. You
I went to
don't
her
pick
house,
who you're attracted
and
to.
her house was on point. That's already the first good sign.
Yeah, like clean and everything.
Yeah, like
Okay.
proper nice. Okay, like she's on point and like she's got a good job. She's got on point yard. Then the food come out. I was like, whoa.
You're like, whoa, she gonna take care of you.
Yeah, you know them ones.
You just want to be taken care of. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's fair though. That's actually fair.
If like food's the key to your heart, then of course you're gonna fall in love with
I'm
someone who
that,
can
I'm
cook.
that type of person though.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I'm not a good cook. I admit it.
I'm
I guess we're all in the same boat then.
yeah, I, like literally, if we're in the same place and we're stuck, nobody's eating nothing.
Yeah,
We're starving, bro.
we're living off pasta.
Trust
That's
me.
it.
It's been a pleasure, Lojay.
Yeah, it's been so nice speaking to you.
So nice speaking to you guys too.
Yeah, man. You're welcome back anytime, man. We're here.
Definitely, I would definitely come back because this was interesting. It was an interesting interview.
I enjoyed it.
Cool. Thank you so much for watching our podcast.